380s are retired, out of service, but who knows what might happen, because Emirates saying that they're going to be keeping hold of their 380s until into the 2040s. So we'll have to wait and see whether Rolls-Royce are able to get their act together and get the Ultrafan onto the airframe and flying. Even a big lump like this needs to give it a little bit of time before they go, because of the wake left behind that 380, and because the wind is straight down the runway, that wake will continue to roll out down the runway. So which is why even a 777 needs to leave a little bit of spacing to counteract any possible wake turbulence on the way out. James Milligan. 380 was such a huge investment for the airlines and the money they spent getting the best first airlines to get them far to recoup costs. Either that or just write it off. There's a little bit of a crosswind element in there as well. They're sort of like battling a little bit, aren't they? Maggie Kuala Aloha used to do full 380s on Emirates to Sydney from Heathrow, but now they're 777s from Stansted, Dubai, then 380s on the longer Dubai Sydney route, better than tackling the M25. Yeah, anything's better than tackling the M25, I tell you. M25 is the ring road around London here in the UK, folks, which is it's a notorious bleeding nightmare. A bit like that, I think it's the 405 around LA, isn't it? Is it the 405? They call it the nightmare ring sometimes. CPR, engine floof. This is Delta's A330. I think this is a Neo? Or is this I think this might be a Neo. Just looking at the size of the engines and seeing the sweep of the winglet. Yeah, looks like an A339. And she's rolling. that speed up. Engine ingestion, floof. Creating its own microclimate inside the engines, man. It's insane. 5 tons of air per second being ingested. Blade tips travelling at the speed of sound. Smoky old treads on this one. You see undercarriages going on. Wow, very derated departure there. Another BA380 coming out. Nice. So roundabout now we should be seeing Etihad and Qatar not far away from departures. Raskas Airbus have recently announced even more feature improvements to the 330neo. Alterations to flap controls would make for a better climb out rate, slight increase in maximum takeoff weight too coming in 2025. Yeah, Raskas. Also the flap settings, basically what they're talking about is a 1.1, a 2.1 and a 3.1. So there's 3 more flap settings that they're making available to the pilots to, like he says, increase the rate of climb, but also as well as that, they're going to be installing newly revised undercarriage systems so that the undercarriage can retract. The undercarriage and the undercarriage doors can retract earlier. Literally we're talking about under a second here for each of them. I think is it 0.8 of a second and 0.2 of a second respectively, something like that. It just means that they're able to retract the gear a little quicker, and as a result of that, increase the climb rate once again. You know. That's on the new aircraft that are currently in production, and then they will be retrofitting the new actuators on the undercarriage and the flap settings, which will probably be some kind of a firmware setting, I'm guessing, whereby they will, obviously on the flight deck, when they select flaps 1, 2 or 3, they will have a new flap setting, 1.1, 2.1 and 3.1, something like that. I'm sure it's explained a little bit clearer in their read. Yes, I was planning a walk around the airport at some point, but maybe leave that till a little bit later in the year. Aidan Cameron giving a shout out for the gifted membership. Jill Blakeney, BA livery is one of my favourites. There we go. Tweety JL and 777 Lenny. Low ceiling today, Dan the man. Yes, it is a very low ceiling. It keeps alternating, but it is overall. I think it's around about 500 feet in it, something like that. Kenny PJ, so many 380s today. Gordon Freeman, Claire Bear, GG, J-Bank, Aidan Campbell, CX7, 12 minutes away. That's isn't CX7 Jumbo? Is it Jumbo? Yeah, okay. Well, hopefully CX7 will make its way to runway 09 right. Carl Roller, 7:47, 11 minutes out. George BA 380 to Miami now lining up. Fly SSC BA 380s are some lookers. Claire Bell on the fly on 747 on my bucket list. Gonna be a tricky one that. We'll have to you know I'll be hunting high and low. To fly on a 747 these days. Raptor X, this 777 off to Dallas. See how quick this gear retracts. Much quicker than the 330. About 8 seconds, unlike the 330, which is about 12 seconds. Robert Hilton say he got a free breakfast when he used the code on Hilton Gardening. That's not saying that everyone gets it, but that's a great, nice gesture, isn't it? Yeah, look on your perks, folks, for your Hilton Gardening. 30% discount off of room rates. Oh, Martin's said he's... Oh, ATC have given the 09 right for the CX7 jet, folks. So we've got a 747 inbound. She's doing the Lamborn walk at the moment. Oi! She's a rolling. Bang. Yeah, I'm hoping it isn't. Oh, Well, yeah, I hope it's. I'm obviously, yeah. Noah also got the free breakfast. Wow! There you go, folks. I actually never knew, but there you go. Listen to this thing scream past. Look how low she is, man. Right back, look at that! Wow! Oh mate, this might be low over your house, man. Yeah! Look at that! Oh yeah, she's still way below the cloud, man. Alan Eason, One World livery is the One World Alliance. Basically, it's a bit like well, it's exactly the same as all the other alliances that you get. Star Alliance. It's basically where airlines have code shares. What's called a code share. Well, they'll work with each other. Wow, look at that! One coming in, one going out. Yeah, she's in the cloud. Joanna B. Air Show Flight. Go on, girl. Crazy Gerard. Crazy Gerard. Wing flex. It's great, isn't it? It's great. A400 headed your way from just passing over London. David Cannard saying, well, we're not going to see it, David. Very low cloud here at London Heathrow. Star, One World and Sky Team are the big three alliances. Screaming Emu saying, yeah, Star Alliance, One World, Roxy Simmons, EC130. What's that? Laker, Trev Lyon, Screaming Emu, Mark Gillen, 380-tastic, Cafe 747 inbound, 7 minutes, Claire Bear, Scott Hetherington, John Grimm. Cold winds next week. Yeah. It's not favourable, I have to say, standing on top of a hotel in these cold winds. It's not much. I mean, it isn't. I mean, it's a lot more fun when it's warm. I'll put it that way. Mirrors, number 9, CX7, 7 minutes out. Let's get it to number 1, folks. There's 6,000 of you watching. Come on, jump on the flight radar 24s now. Let's get this CX-7 jet to number 1. Oh, Roxy Simmons, there we go. An EC-130 just flew over her. Peter Makunda, out of the holding pattern, 7 minutes out. Thank you, Peter. Clive Clark, Penny Haskins. Is it? Oh, it's a shame, isn't it? Well, GG, it's just one of those things, I have to say. It's just one of those things you just learn. The more you look, the more you see, the more you learn, the more it becomes ingrained, you know, in terms of the look of an aircraft. You sometimes, you know, you just, even from a distance, sometimes you're able to pick out what aircraft it is. Sometimes when they're landing directly at you, it's a little bit difficult to see in terms of its particular variant, a 777-200 versus a 300, for example, 350s, and the same with the A330s. But you know, in terms of identifying the aircraft type, it's something that it just comes naturally with anything that you learn as a human being. Learning anything, you know, learn to identify an apple from a pear. Singapore Slinger 380, 7 minutes out, mirrors. Phil Sky chucking them out for sure. Heavier clock. Robert Hilton, you need to come and stay at the Hilton Garden Inn, because they'll ask you, and your name, sir? Yes, Hilton. Mr. Hilton. Will you be staying here in the executive suite, sir? Is there anything you need? Chauffeur-driven car to McDonald's, perhaps? The sun always shines on TV. Screaming in. Robert. Captain Manny's in there. It's a good day to you, Captain. Captain Manny, you will see probably in your email inbox at some point. I've messaged Heather at Memphis. Hopefully might just approach the whole thing from a different angle, and potentially, hopefully, we'll see some reaction from her. I hope so, because it takes it is annoying when you write a big long email to someone, you know, and it takes you like a couple of hours or maybe even longer to sort of like check it, double check it, spell check it, you know, maybe edit it a few times like I always do, and then all you get back is thanks. But I don't think she's like that. I think she's quite approachable and amenable. Yeah, she knows about us as well. Touch me. My fingers are feeling it, man. How can it be? Look how long this takes to retract its gear. One. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, nearly 15 seconds from the point of retract. Yeah! It's about 3 seconds from wheels off ground. That's what the Airbus pods were talking about. Around about 3 seconds once the aircraft is off the ground. Positive rate, gear up, cool. Oh, did you tell him that day when you come out to play? This is WestJet. Is this WestJet? Calgary, probably, something like that. Much quicker retraction on the Boeings. Somebody's cooking downstairs. It smells lovely. Garlic bread and everything. Early turn, early turn. Look at that! Oh my God, look at that. Look how steep that one is. Wow! That is so tight, man. Look at that. Screaming in, you might be able to answer that. Why do sometimes they have a very sharp departure angle as opposed to a longer one? I'm guessing that's just to get them into their flight pattern quicker, is it? Or just, I don't know, is it traffic related? Gordon Freeman, huge turn on CX-7 apparently. James Barry, Mrs. Hazen. That's interesting, that Salvia jet watches it on TV and runs out onto the balcony. Oh, you're not watching those plays again, are you? Sarah Jo, God, Thomas Much. Dad! Dad! CX-7 landing on 9 right. Manny, you can start a heading assigned turn at 400 feet unless restricted. Wow, So that's the tower, isn't it? So it's down to the captain or the flying pilot's start a heading assigned turn of 400 feet less restricted. Yeah, so it's unrestricted. I'm guessing is. So at the moment, what we're saying is that this unrestricted. Because the standard instrument departure is there a difference then, Captain Manny, between unrestricted and the standard instrument departure? It seems that these standard instrument departures are the sort of like longer turn rather than that very tight turn. But that's pretty cool, man. Jules Harris. Rascat's making a good point. If you turn them quicker, you can get the next one up behind you quicker. Oh, did I miss the tarot? Oh, Jordan Charlie just went over his head. No! Stuart Watson. 747 should be breaking out of the clouds just about now, and there it is. Are we going to get, you know, zoom problems here, I think. Thank you, Stuart. Aidan Campbell, Rohit Parkour, 3,000 feet, 500 feet. Number one on flight radar, how cool is that, man? So they're still putting a couple of departures out before CX7. Let's get you. Oh, we nearly had you there. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. Come on. Get yourself in focus. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You're trying. I can see you trying. Oh, you little. Come on, man. I can't take my gloves off to bleeding do the change the. All right then, if you insist. Oh, that hasn't done any good, has it? After all that. Oh, it's done no good. Come on! It's down to 200 feet, man. Oh, man alive. Finally. Big beautiful bird in town. From time to time I've seen them use the nose load on the Cathay jet in the past. Not that often, has to be said, but from time to time we've seen the nose come up, as what like we discussed on the show the other week. on. Why 9 right today? Well, Captain Ron, the preference would be 9 right for the cargo jets, because see that big bread bin looking building there, even though it's got the BA icon on it, the Speedbird icon. That's the cargo terminus here at Heathrow. It's quite a small cargo pad, considering the amount of freight that Heathrow handles, although the majority of the freight that Heathrow handles is actually belly freight. If you look at the numbers that Heathrow has on its books, most of the numbers are based on belly freight on the commercial airliners. Wow, look how steep that is! Blooming heck! They want to get up to cruise quick, don't they? Blooming heck. LCY takeoff. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? It's very steep. What's this guy? Look at this, heading straight at us. Almost level. Now we're starting to climb. Yeah, that was cool, man. There'll be some sort of like there's another steep